Weird. Oddly enough, I'm still here and I'm still alive, thankfully. I have on my loud voices, make changes. I had to check it for a second to make sure that's what it says. Ooh, Squirrls World is an artist. Now that's totally me. That's totally me because several years ago, I was looking for an outlet, and a group of community members, a family of like-minded people embraced me. And one of their members was an artist and still is in his own right, of course. Um, they did paint nights on Wednesday. And I was like, paint nights? Oh, I'm down for a paint night. I went to the dollar store and I got a set of paintbrushes and some primary colors. I even believe I might have bought a little thin canvas at the dollar store. It cost me maybe 15, 20 bucks. And I learned how to pour paint. So I got a bucket of glue. When I picked up this big gallon jug of glue, I realized that it was heavy. It was heavy, most like the weight of addiction, most like the mental health, if it's not brought into perspective for you. When you start to see the things that you need to apply yourself to, it seems to be a very daunting task if you don't have the support of the people around you. And I have some advice. Find people that support you. Find people that are willing to say, damn, she's really putting an effort in. Don't sugarcoat any moments you spend alone, because they're your moments to do with anything you want. And my advice, I'm giving out a lot of advice today because I seem to be succeeding at getting my goals. I seem to look around and realize that I have never been in a better position in my life. I've never been more sober in my entire life. And I'm talking like, I don't know, when was the first time I got really stupid? I call it stupid. I was very young. Too young to get into the liquor cabinet, that's for sure. And when I see myself succeeding at the day-to-day tasks that I never dreamed of facing, let alone facing them and overcoming them. Because a lot of people, we can face it and be like, dude, that's not my scene. I don't need to face anything. And stay stuck and stay unchanged in your moments. If you choose to sit there and realize things need to change, and you sit there and say, oh, maybe tomorrow. Remember, you have today. We all have that moment of life is lifing. Life is coming at us. And when we keep ourselves in a better state of freedom, I call it, because I'm freeing myself from the doubts that stopped me from addressing the change. Because doubts, they tend to crush any kind of progress. They make you revert back in your mind to the person you were 20 years ago. Doubts do that. But when you can say, nope, not today, I'm going to be standing up for my change. I'm going to make my change happen for me. No one else is going to do that for me. My community out here in the online TV land is strong. My community shows up for me. If you'd like to say hi, come on in. I got glitter for you. I've got a moment to step up for me. No one is going to do it for you. I am going to do it for me. Whether it's growing a plant from a gift that a friend gave you, whether it's making sure you have your meals and you're sustaining yourself, whether it's taking the time and making beef broth and chicken broth so you can have rice that's extra tasty and doesn't taste like crap. Because, yeah, if you don't, your rice is going to be like, I don't know why I made that. And more doubts get into your head. But if you take your time and you make it delicious, or you plant a 2-leaf spider plant, and with all the love you give it and all the neglect, it turns into that. Look at that. It's reciprocating the love, just like you'll reciprocate the love for yourself. When I paint, I feel free to paint anything, to do anything with the colors. And that's an exciting moment. It's like when I choose my moments and step up for myself. I realize I'm 4 years now quit smoking. It all started in little steps. It started with picking up a paintbrush and then picking up a glue bottle. I remember how my arms used to make me feel. I had quite the amount of bingo arm. So yes, there is still bingo arm. Still bingo arm. But if you can see the top there, this little crease there above my elbow, that's a muscle. That's a muscle. And all that hanging skin is now down to like an inch of hanging skin. Maybe an inch and a half if you wanted to get technical. But for every arm lift, it took my mindset to want to build that strength. It took my energy to step up, stand up, and breathe correctly. You can't just lift your arm and expect your body to change. You can't just paint a brush stroke and expect a picture to show up on the canvas. You can't just water a plant and expect it to thrive. There's no amount of encouragement that you can get from anyone to bring you to where you need to get. It takes our own selves. It takes our mindset, our heart set, and our body set. It's a conversion of it all. And when you look around and you realize that you've been doing something for an amount of time, that you've really never done anything for a set amount of time. You were always too bored within your own right. I would call myself after my own last name, Ensty. That's my name. I would call myself Ensty because it makes your mind play tricks on you. Because sticking with something and following through, you get bored pretty easily when you have broken down your mindset. When you've broken down your mindset to depend on drugs or alcohol, you realize you're bored all the time because your mind is seeking that buzz. It's looking to catch something. And it's a type of high, I don't know what it is. I'm not a scientist. I'm a squirrel. People call me Squirrels if you like it. Or Shirley if you don't know who the hell I am. And everything I've done up until this point has made me want to come for more. And yeah, there was some rough patches. There were some points of, what the fuck am I doing? Not knowing that I'm saving my own life. Not knowing that I'm changing myself from the inside to create the outside that I never thought I could have. And I'm not going to get emotional because I am excited. I'm excited to see my plants growing. I have a lemon plant, and not only that, I have 2 more. But there's one really thick lemon plant. It's not going to grow a lemon tree yet. It's going to take some time. I've created a sourdough monster, and she is lovely. I have gifted and given that to people that I know. When you hold yourself accountable for the actions you know you can take, no one can look at you and say, oh, what are you doing? What am I doing? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, who are you to care? You want to know what I'm doing? Come on by and check it out. I'm all over social media posting my good eats. If I want to make a meal or craving a takeout meal, I'll make it. Now, yes, that don't mean I've never been out to a takeout place. I've been to buffet, trust and believe. But I'm here with the smell of sourdough crackers in my kitchen. Grateful that I had a little bit of basil and dill and salt and pepper to put on it. Those are going to be some good crackers, okay? I'm grateful when I get a deal on turmeric, enough to do me a month or 2 or 10. Got like 10 months of turmeric. Yeah, for $3. Who? Me? Yes, girl. I was prepared to spend $3 on a little package of it. And now I've got a container. And remember, if you don't think you can do what's necessary for you, then talk to somebody who has been there. I never dreamed I could be in a position where I am today. I never understood the concept of healing myself or becoming a better person, even. And I'm becoming the person that I'm meant to be. I myself heal every day. Doesn't mean I'm complete. I'm going on this lifelong journey for me. And it started with picking up a paintbrush. It started with creating my own meals, lifting up the weight that I picked up and raised above my head. But not only lifting the weight, I stretched first. I prepared my mind to grow, to get stronger. I allowed myself the moments to pick up the weight of whatever I'm carrying and carry it over my shoulder just like I should. Sometimes you gotta put that shit on your head and carry it like a book from childhood. But you will never cease to keep growing. If you do, come talk to me. Come understand from a perspective of I've been there. I was stuck. I was harming myself all the time, every day, whether it was emotionally or mentally to even physically. I was 411 pounds, but I started lifting the glue bottle that I bought for paint pours. That was 5 years ago. So, yeah, it's taken some work. Yeah, I'm still a little jiggly. But there's nothing hanging now. Well, a little bit. See? You can see it jiggling. That little bit's jiggling. I don't know if I might want to keep that little bit. I'm normal. I'm not pretending to be anything else. I have my doubts that I continue to crush every day. I give myself permission to have those doubts like any other person in the world. But I don't sit in them. I don't sit there and say how I'm not good enough to complete a painting, or I'm too tired to lift my weights today. Can you imagine? I'd still be a big bowl of Jell-O. Yeah, I would. A huge bowl of Jell-O. I'd probably be the width of the couch by now. And this a pretty wide little love seat, yo. I would be the width of it. When your mind is set, unfailing, when you're worried and constantly anxious of not being enough, then you're gonna not be enough. You're gonna let yourself be not enough. Or you're gonna get yourself out of that mind. Get it out and say, you know what? This is some bullshit. What can I do to make myself feel enough? And whether it's picking up a sewing needle and fixing a pair of drawers, or putting a hole where a sock don't belong, or fixing a sock, or making some sourdough bread. And I'm saying that's a task in itself. That's a daunting task for somebody with a negative mindset. But if you're sitting there hopeful, if you're feeding that starter every day, making some crackers out of the discard, if you're giving yourself the flavor of salt and pepper and whatever else you might like in your spice cupboard, then you're going to enjoy those crackers. You're going to feel accomplished today. You're going to look at your plant and not only water it, but give the leaves a little touch. Dust them off. Tell it you loves it. Yeah, I know you're talking to your plants, but you know what? The plants will not judge you. The plants will love you back. The plants will show up and say, hey, I shine just like you shine for me. Or you can piss and moan and say, my plants are dying, my plants are dying. I thought my plant was dying till it showed me a baby because I gave it some love. And yeah, I could have killed it and said, Jesus, throw it away. But I didn't. I gave it more love. I gave it some hope. And I gave it the encouragement it needed to throw off a new leaf. So, in all the moments you have, in all the things we do, make sure you're ready to make those changes. Yeah, I know. If you come to me unsure, I will have you leaving sure. If you face things with a different perspective, anything is possible. Truly, anything is possible. I spent the last, 8 or 9 months looking for an apartment with the assistance of a very near and dear family member. She wasn't that near. She was in up away. But she looked every day for me. And she sent me posts on different apartments. And to realize when we were all settled in, and she laughed, she said it was fun for me. She said to do this for you and give you an extra advantage and have you in a place where you're comfortable. And I was like, thanks, my dear. I love it. And that was the last time I spoke to her. She passed away 4 days later. And I didn't realize she was passed till a week and a half later. I was about to message her and I realized that she was gone. But in the last year of her life, she took the moments for me. She gave me the chance and the opportunity to do something with those moments. I didn't take every post that she sent. I took the posts that were meant for me. I realized that I've never been in a position to be in something so nice. I never allowed myself the patience or the time to have something so nice. Like I said, this is a really lovely place. And for me to have something so nice, I never dreamed I deserved something so nice. And when I came here, I realized that this is meant to be. The mind showed me that everything fits where it fits because you were meant to be here. I wasn't seeking perfection. I was seeking the comfort and the accessibility to what I needed. ask for luxuries or excesses, or I needed what I needed, and I was okay with that. But she explained to me one time, somewhere in the middle, she said, you know, you're not just going to take any place. I said, yeah, but I'm here now 3 or 4 months now looking. And she's like, 3 or 4 months is not, it's a long time, yes. But you're not jumping into just any place. This is a place where you're going to be comfortable at. This is a place where you're going to heal and grow. And here I am. I'm learning every moment of my day counts. I'm learning the moments where I spread glitter on every painting. Spread glitter on every painting. It might sound a little strange to some people, but it certainly is a moment of joy. It certainly is a moment of gratitude here within my own heart to see that I'm capable of making those changes, to see that I'm worthy of stepping up for myself, because I never thought I could do that. I really never thought it possible that I could change, that I could heal. So, anything is really possible when you put the work in. I didn't just sit here and look pretty in pink, even though pink is pretty. I like pink. I'm all in pink today. So I'm going to rally to end the crisis that's happening here. Drugs, mental health, the mental health and the addictions has the city in chaos. I never dreamed I thought I would see people actually standing and on the nod. I can remember many years ago that the drugs were bad. They were bad. But now it's getting to be uncontrollable. Now it's getting to be where you're not welcomed, but come on in and get what you need. Come on in. You know, it's a point of you're not welcome to get treatment because treatment is not covered, and treatment is, for some people, is a hospital stay. It is. Some people has to actually come off of needles and whatever they're on, and I lost a very good friend of mine this year, and he struggled, and he said, you know, there's no inpatient treatment for this. They won't put me in hospital so I can be sick, but they can take care of me. Because being sick, you'd rather die than be sick with some of these drugs. Some of these drugs, you want to end your own life. And they'd sooner end your life before they'd get you treatment. And that's sad. That's sad because the programs that are here need work. It needs effort. It needs the books to be rewritten. And a simple pattern of addiction needs to change. Relapse isn't in my course. I'm taking it out. I'm removing it from my circle. I choose me every time. I choose my plants. I choose my sourdough. I choose my tasty day meals. I choose me. I choose a hot shower and a good comb out. I choose me every time over a cigarette or a draw or a drink. I'm choosing me every time. And most people, they don't have a choice. Most people are, okay, just make me not sick. Most people are just begging to be healed, but knowing that that drug or that drink or that whatever you do is just making you not sick. So today, hopefully, we're going to go on a rally province-wide, and they're all over the different main cities, and it's from 12 to 2. I'm going into the Confederation building with a lot of people who have lost loved ones, family members, sons, daughters, brothers. I never dreamed that this city would come to a standstill. And it has. So we're going to get it moving again. We're going to make the time to make the changes. And we're going to get loud. We're going to make our voices heard. And I hope that you can all join me then when I get there. So we'll see what kind of a crowd turns out. And if not, if it's only 2 or 3 people, we're going to be some freaking loud. You watch. I love you. Love me. I love me too. So make your changes. Stand up for yourself. No one is going to push you harder than you push you. Trust me. Believe me. I don't know how I did it, but I think there's a little bit on here. It took a lot. It took a lot. A lot of work. A lot of work, a lot of mind change. I was a pretty pessimistic girl when it comes down to it. Before the changes and the mindset changes and the hope. So I began to believe in myself again. And I think everybody needs that. So thanks for coming in. I know you've been silent, but I know you care enough to stay. Thank you.